Welcome to Sacred Wandering with Keira. My friend, this is a corner of the world where time stops, where the noise in our minds quiet, where we have soft hearts and we open our palms and we ask. This is a place where we receive. I invite you to join me as we wander through the sacred together. Welcome to Sacred Wandering. Good morning, my love. I welcome you into this beautiful space. Today, we're going to dive deep into our hearts. We're going to open up our hearts today. So as we do the breath in and breath out, instead of breathing in love into the cells, I'd love for you to breathe in the love that's in your heart. And as you breathe out, the love is going to push out the fear. So instead of breathing it in, we're actually using the focus of what's already within and pushing it out. You ready? Palms up, heart soft, breathing in and out. And in and out. One more. We're going to call in all of our angels and all of our guides and into the divine light to come and sit with us and to hold space with us. We're going to ask that our body will be prepared, that light may cleanse our ears, that our ears will be tuned to the frequency of the voice of God, that light may cleanse our third eyes, we'll have access to all of our gifts, and that light may cleanse our lips to prepare us to meet with God. I'm going to begin with a message that I received in my prayer corner. These are the words that God spoke to my heart. The blue sky is only welcomed fully after a storm. The clouds have cleared, my love. Now witness and enjoy. This message meant so much to me because I grew up in Arizona and there's never a cloud in the sky. It's just always blue. And you know what? We never were thankful. You don't ever look at that sky and be like, wow, look at this blue sky. And their storms are so rare that when there was a storm, we were more grateful for the storm than in other places where when the storm clears, you're grateful for the blue skies. And so I would just feel like that message hit me harder because I lived that. I watched that we weren't grateful. The only time I'm grateful for a blue sky is after a storm. The storm hits and then the blue sky comes and you think, oh, it's so beautiful. And this message this morning was a reminder that the storms are necessary for us to be grateful. That without the storms, why would you be grateful? The storms make you grateful. And so there's just purpose in pain and there's purpose in the storms. And when the storm passes, to deepen into the gratitude for the storm and gratitude for the clean, beautiful blue sky afterwards. So today I'd love for you to pick up something that maybe has been a problem. Maybe it's been a struggle. Maybe it has held you back and you've been caught in the snare of suffering, the trap of suffering. So you're going to pick it up with your hands. We're going to put it into God. We're going to ask that God may transfigure whatever this is to match the frequency of miracles. And I want you to breathe out and just let it leave. Let the suffering leave your body. We're asking that God will touch our cells, that our cells may match the frequency of God. And then we're going to ask that God will place his hands on our head to give us a blessing, that we may receive the words that God has for us. And I'm going to be quiet while you pray. Take a nice deep breath in and out. We're going to open our palms and ask to receive what is the number one most important action that I am to take today. We're going to listen. And then we're going to write it down. And we're going to ask that all of your angels may walk with you today, that you are reminded of how powerful you are, that you are reminded of how special you are, of how known you are, and that it is here and now that you are activated to be the leader you are called to be. And with that, my love, I thank you for wandering into the sacred. And I will see you tomorrow morning in our prayer corner. Thank you for wandering into the sacred with me today. If this episode moved or inspired you, I encourage you to share it. Think of someone who needs this message today and text it to them. Let's add more light to the world by welcoming people into our prayer corner together. I also want to invite you to create your own prayer corner at home, a space set apart where you can return again and again to hear God's voice. To support you, I've created the Sacred Space course, which guides you step by step in locating, creating, and dedicating your very own sacred space. You're also welcome into the Sacred Wandering Facebook group, where you can share the blessings that God is giving you and be uplifted by others walking this path. You can find both of these resources in the show notes, or just send me a DM on Instagram at Keira Brinton, and me or my team will send them directly to you. I want to thank you for being one of the rare humans who chooses to sit at the foot of God, to ask, listen, and do. And as always, I want to thank you for wandering into the sacred with me.